The Uganda Human Rights Commission today released the Wakiso human rights situation at Makerere University. The report looked at several issues including the state of education, health, gender-based violence, and service delivery among other issues. In one of the issues raised, there was concern that some health centers had become unsafe for the caretakers and patients. Noah Chibuka Musisi is the Deputy Executive Director of Center of Health, Human Rights and Development, CEHAD.
People in the facilities have been defiled. One was defiled, another was raped, while taking care of their patients within the health facilities. And I think the problem is because the facilities are not fenced off. So we call upon the district local government to ensure that as they issue the plans for construction of facilities, fencing off and security is one of the issues they consider. Then being that the district has several water bodies and islands, we note that within some hard-to-reach areas like Busi Islands, it's very difficult for people to access services. For example, if expectant mothers have to deliver, the health center first they have to access her in Masaka and Entebbe, and it becomes difficult when the islands do not have health center first.
We spoke to Eli Kasidia from the Wakiso Human Rights Committee, who made some recommendations.
We've seen that there are some health centers which don't have ramps, which are giving accessibility to people with disabilities. So we want to see that those buildings are very accessible and conducive for everyone to access health care. We also want to appeal to the Ministry of Health to make sure that places like Busi Island are given a special consideration when we are approving health centers.
Wakiso, which neighbors major towns, has been considered a food basket for the Kampala metropolis. However, there is a slump in food production compounded by environmental degradation.
People continue to do deforestation or cut down trees, as well as dispose of water bottles, polythene bags in a bad way, and this has affected the food production as well as the environment.
In Wakiso district, as we speak, most of the land has been taken over by investors to construct factories. Once we are giving, NEMA is giving licenses to factories, they consider the people or the communities around, they consider their right to access land, they consider environmental issues to make sure that at least the environment is protected.
Previous reports have placed Wakiso's population at over 900,000 people, who are a high tax base, but the district continues to struggle with low funding from central government, which affects service delivery.
The district raises the bigger number of taxes or amount of taxes, but the local government structure has been changed to the effect that when taxes are raised, the money goes to the consolidated fund, and each district is given equal amount. But you find Wakiso is one of the most populated districts and the biggest in the country.
The Director of Education at the Uganda Human Rights Commission, Kamadi Byonabye, was the chief guest.
It will be very easy for us to pick up now the issues they have raised for further investigations, those which require further investigations. Those which require further advocacy, we join them to impress it upon the duty bearers, say Ministry of Health, because we already work with the Human Rights Desk at the Ministry of Health. We have a Human Rights Desk at the Ministry of Education and the other ministries.
When should the district expect solutions?
It depends on a particular issue. Our communication channels with the District Human Rights Committee are open as and when it is deemed necessary.
It is hoped that the recommendations that have been given are going to be put into consideration by the relevant authorities so that action can be taken and fix some of the challenges that the Wakiso district continues to grapple with. In most cases, it has been noted that reports are done or are released, money is spent during the compilation of those reports, but they end up gathering dust in some of the offices where action is supposed to be taken. Sudhir Yarhanga, NTV.